Hello everybody, today I'll be making a tutorial on how to use some of the basics of Blender. First and foremost, this will be a part of a longer series of tutorials, so if you like what you see here, please check out some of those. Let's get started. Also, you'll see on the bottom right hand corner what buttons I'm pressing. So if you get stuck, just watch what I'm doing and it will show you exactly what I'm pressing. First and foremost, to making this stool, I mean, I'm up on the top right hand corner. There's a compass, you call it. So you have your directions of Y, X, and Z. Both of them are color coded, and it's how your object moves on the plane. So starting off, we're gonna move it up on the Z just a little bit. By doing so, you move by dragging up and dragging the arrows on the object. To undo anything you did, so you got it over there, you hit Control Z, and it would undo your movement. So now I'm going to be changing the size of the cube. I'm going to hit Shift Space, and you're going to bring up a little menu. You have your cursor, world cursor, which is the origin of your world. You have the thing that can select other actors. And then you have the ones I use the most. We have move, rotate, scale, and transform. There's fast ways to choose this by key bindings. But for starting out, I think it's a good fair way to just hit shift space and choose what you want. We're gonna be using scale. So click on that. And we're gonna be also scaling it down on the Z. Right about here. And use creative freedom. You can make it as thin, wherever you want. Now, now we're gonna edit the cube. So right here, you have the current mode. You'll be selecting it, and you'll be going to edit mode. You can quickly toggle between both these modes by hitting tab. But we want to stay in edit mode for now. So what we're going to do is, we have all these tools, but for starting off with this, we're going to make this pretty simple. We're going to take a loop cut, which the quick way to do is Control R. And then you can put it right down in the middle of the Y, and we're also going to do it one time on the X. Note, when you do it, when you click on it once it can move, you can pan it over for left or right. You just want it right dab right in the middle. So now what we're going to want to do is up on the top left hand corner, you can see all of these little boxes you can click on. One of them is for clicking on edges. Where things intersect at. This is just edges. Where two sides meet. And then this is a face. So now you're getting the edges, and I can just show you the difference. When we go, I'm hitting to do this, I'm holding down Z. I'm gonna go to wireframe. This is what we're selecting when we're selecting a face. This is what we're selecting with an edge. This is what we're selecting with a corner. You cannot you can also have multiple selected for corners and faces. Just letting you guys know that. Let's continue though. Now that we have those selected, what I'm gonna have you guys do is, if you have the face select, you could hit Shift Z for future reference. Shift. We'll toggle back and forth, which had both. No, it was just to the wireframe. I'll double check that. And you're gonna select all these faces. You're gonna leave one side of the face not touched. But everything else, you're gonna have that selected, as seen here. What we're going to end up doing is deleting the faces. Don't worry. We're doing this for a very purpose to make it easier. Now, on your to your right, there should be a panel right here. All these have different functions. This is just like a tool. It's for tools and adjusting the values. This is for rendering. I haven't used some of these, I'll be honest. The only ones you're going to be worrying about is the right here, the wrench right down here. Modifier properties. What you're going to do is make sure you have this selected. Add modifier. And you're going to mirror it. Not only are you going to mirror it by the x-axis, you could be mirroring it by the y-axis. And if it doesn't fit quite like how mine is currently, you can select a single face or edge or corner and hit A. And you'll have the whole thing selected. Now what we can do is we can move it over slow until it matches. But so we don't get so it's not overlapping. What we have to turn on is this box right to our right on the mirror called clipping. What happens is now if we do this, it sticks together. Pretty nice. Now that you've done that, just select the bottom face on this cube. We're going to insert a face in the middle of it, right? What we can do is we can put this one all the way to the left, or if you don't want to go down there, you can learn shortcut I. And this is what it will do. It will just make the face smaller. Now you can adjust it after you'll be pulling and adjusting it by your mouse movement. Now after you've created that face, you can make it smaller, bigger, however you want it. I am going to slightly decrease the size, and I'm going to move it more towards the corner, as seen here. Now, the next thing we're going to do to this face that we just made, this tool right here is extruding. You can either press that, or you can hit the E button. And now, you have just made the legs of this tool. It's pretty cool. Now, you might be thinking, this looks a little too blocky for my taste. Not a problem. So we've been using faces. Let's switch over to the edges. So let's select all of these right here, and then we're gonna bevel it, which is this little funny one right here. Or you can hit Control B. And by doing that, you can scroll with your mouse and kind of make more cuts and make it more smoother. And now we're also going to do this for the top. You might be thinking, what's going on right here? Don't worry about it at the moment. We're going to select all these faces, and we're going to just move it a little bit out. The last thing is we're going to fix what's going on right up here because we're getting overlapping faces. We do not want that. So we're going to go over to this funny screen triangle. I'm going to go to remesh. Typically, you shouldn't have to do it for something this low. Let's little poly count, but sometimes, accidents are made and you kind of mess up a little. Just fine. Oh, my mistake. Before we do that, let's apply the mirror. So go back to the wrench. There's a drop down right here. You're going to have to be in object mode to do this. So make sure you switch to object mode and apply it. Now let's go back to the green triangle. And now we're going to want to voxel remesh. So for some of you who'd like to know, currently the face value of this is 208. This will alter the face value just a little bit. So what we could do that, what we could do is just so we can adjust this. This is the voxel size. And we're just gonna redo it. And now it is a bit bigger. We can make it smaller easily by going over back to the wrench, add a modifier, and decimate. Now we can move this all the way down. It will make it make the face count decrease dramatically. I'm going to do this 2 times. Actually, hold on, let me see. Am I doing it 2 times? You might not want to do it all the way to that point. And we have it. This looks fine. That's a little too much. 200 faces, a little much. Here. And now we have this. It is quite possibly a simple, easy way of a simple, easy thing you can make in Blender. A bonus thing I'll be showing you now. For some of you guys who want to be careful because this is dangerous. We can add a modifier. We could subsurface. What this is taking all the faces and cutting them into 4. So for example, do this. Let's see, is it showing it? Yep. Keep doing that, and you can see how bad this gets. This can become computer intensive, so I do not recommend it. I personally don't use it at all. But that's however you want. Stick around. There will be a the next video for this would be painting this in Blender. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.